Okay, so like I said, 46 overall rank. Let's look at a couple of the categories. I'm going to key on the ones that are the hardest ones for me, the ones that I think shouldn't be but are, and I don't understand why they are, but we're going to take a look at it. Education first. In higher education, they have two categories that are split out. Higher education, we're actually number 29. But in pre-K through 12, we're number 50. We are not doing well. And here's the fascinating thing. I know some of the local schools here, and they're doing incredibly well. They're working hard at seeing to these kids. Why is it that so many schools in the state are not doing well when they supposedly pump a lot of money towards education? I know the lottery program is supposed to be funding a lot of education stuff. Why are we struggling with that? Why are kids not learning? Why are we ranking that low? Now, I don't know what goes into those particular rankings. That's something that need to dig into more, but this didn't provide for that. So just know that that's where we're ranked. We have a 71% high school graduation rate, which is unfortunate. The national average on NAEP math scores is a 283. We have a 269. And we do have a lower debt at graduation issue in our higher education. Its national average is 28,000 at graduation. It's 21,000 here. Part of that is because our governor deigned us to set up a system for free education based on the oil and gas receipts, which are now going to go away. So they did have a free college education if you're a state resident, based on that oil and gas receipts, and gone. So now let's take a look. Which one do I want to look at now? Let's look at the economy. The three categories, attributes of the economy are business environment, employment, and growth. We're number 47 in that. We're number 36, or number 47 in the overall ranking. We're number 36 in business environment. We're number 49 in employment. Take it from me, as I've been struggling to find a gig in this state since I got here. There's not a lot available. And particularly now that COVID's going on, there are a lot of people that are really hurting. And then there are also, because of the fact that it's a little easier to get on the dole here in New Mexico than to get out and hustle, it's hard to find good workers. But the ones that are good, they're in high demand. Our growth, economic growth in New Mexico, we're number 46. Now, this is an area particularly, man, if we can bring this area up, that's why I key on this economy stuff. If we can bring our economy up and bring in business and develop, it says we've got we're ranked 36th in business environment. Then why in the world are we not getting more businesses coming to New Mexico if it's such a great environment? That obviously is not, even halfway. So it's not that great. The resultant drop is, anyway, there we are. That's the economy. Oh, the joy. Our infrastructure, I'm going to take a look at it real quick. It's our highest ranking at number 17. Energy, internet access, and transportation. I think those are kind of weak infrastructure things, but I mean, they're crucial, obviously, but I think, I don't know how. So obviously we're 21 in energy because we're a source of energy in a lot of different ways. And there's been a lot of energy work here. So it makes it sense that we're good at energy. Internet access, we're number 16 in the United States. I spoke earlier about a bill that's going to expand that. I know a lot of people that get frustrated with their internet situation and access, but I guess, people can get on the internet. What that quality is another story, or the cost of it is another story. So I would like to know some more details on that as well. Transportation, we're number 30. So these are all good reasons why we have a decent ranking in the infrastructure category. But compared to all of the other issues in the state, I still don't see how we got to be 46. Opportunity, that is based on affordability, economic opportunity, and equality. And I'm assuming that's equality across the board for based on your ethnicity or whatever other categories in there. Affordability, we're number 25, which is true. There are a lot of areas in New Mexico that are fairly affordable. I don't happen to live in one of the most affordable ones, but there are some areas that are. There are some areas in New Mexico that are not. Interestingly, we have the number one healthiest county in the United States, and that is Los Alamos County, where the Los Alamos Labs is, because of all the stuff that they do for them. And then we don't even show up on the rankings. There are 500 counties ranked, and then the rest of them below that, we're not even close after that. I thought that was kind of funny and sad. Economic opportunity, 48, speaks for itself. With the economy where it is, how are you going to have any economic opportunity? And it's really hard for people to start businesses here. The regulations, the state interference with trying to do things is even more radical now that this COVID thing's going on and ridiculous. Inequality, we're at 31, and that's pretty decent. I think it's a fairly fair place to not be able to find work for everybody all the time. Now there are pockets of really healthy economic places, and people doing well in some areas and other areas not. Cost of living index, out of a 100 on the national average, we're at 92.7. Household income, national average 60,000. We're at 46,000, which is about right. We have I think if I saw a deal a couple of years ago, if you're going to get, and when I was looking for some executive jobs, when you're going to get a job in a company here on the executive level all the way down, you're pretty much guaranteed you're going to get about 26% less than the national average. Poverty rate in New Mexico is at 19.7%. National average is 13.4%. So a lot to work on. Crime and corrections. Corrections, we're number 10. We have an excellent prison system. Public safety, we're number 50. If you're not in the prison, you're probably going to have a crime committed on you. Think about that one. Especially in certain areas. Albuquerque has some horrible crime issues, particularly car theft and carjackings and things like that. A lot of difficult things going on in the Albuquerque area, and that's really what's bringing a lot of our, where a lot of our issues come from, is one or two counties in the state is where a lot of the crime happens. But it's still pretty widespread. And we also have a lot of trafficking issues coming through the state. We will have much more now that the borders are going to get opened up again. We were having horrible issues prior to the borders being clamped down on somewhat over the last 4 years. And now, we've had a lot of criminals come through this country. A lot of good people too. Listen, most of the people that come across the border are looking for something good. And I get that. But there are enough bad actors and enough people that want to hurt other people that there need to be serious, checks and balances on that whole issue. We have a national average incarceration rate is 450 per 100,000 residents. The incarceration rate here is 335. The juvenile incarceration rate is 100. Here it's 110. Violent crime rate, the national average is 394. Here, it's 783 per 100,000 residents. So, those things speak for themselves. Just bad. Let's talk about the last thing good, natural environment. We're at number 23. That's good. We're just over halfway. But here's the thing, when you say natural environment, you think, oh, they're talking about all the beauty of the land and the fact that we have so much, open land, and that's all well and good, but that's not the qualities that they considered here. It's air and water quality and pollution. Air and water quality here we're at number 43. We just don't have a lot of water, and some of that water is contaminated, mainly by ground leach from natural things in the environment. But also we have a lot of, we do have forest fires. We have things like that cause air and water quality issues, and the dust. We get lots of wind, and we all love the wind. That's our favorite thing about New Mexico, right? New Mexicans? That's the thing I least like. Pollution, we are number 4. So we are one of the best states in the nation for pollution, yet they're going to try to foist on us a whole bunch of climate control and environmental act nonsense, even though we're already taking care of ourselves pretty well. So we're number 23. We have 237 days of unhealthy air quality a year. The national average is 227, and that's primarily because the dust is blowing everywhere. Drinking water violation points, the national average is 2.4. We have 7.8 per 100,000 residents. I don't know what that means. Drinking water violation. Industrial toxins, the national average is 1,015 pounds per MI squared. I don't actually know what that is. That's sad. I just can't think of it right now. And we have 147 in New Mexico, which is why our pollution levels are so low and our ranking is so great. So there you have it. Some things about New Mexico that are to be thought about, to be pondered over, I think if we all gather together, one of the things that just struck me about this is that it motivated me to do this thing is that I want to see us move those things up the ladder. I want us to be able to build something better for this state because we all want it. What's stopping us from doing it? Well, most of it is the knuckleheads that are up in the roundhouse that keep doing things that keep us from being able to prosper. And I think it's time for us to think about doing some changes. Maybe all the way around. Maybe the whole shooting match needs to be restructured. The next election, maybe we move a lot of people out and we keep doing that for the elections. But think about it. Comment, like, subscribe, share, poke, whatever, throw, whatever you got to do to help us grow a little bit and get some more people in the conversation. Love to have them. Really appreciate your time. And don't forget to join us at NewMexicoRedShow.com and also on the socials at New Mexico Red. Look us up. And always remember, we're New Mexicans, not New Mexicans. We can fix this. We just got to rethink it.